Happy Friday! It's another episode of Love, Sex, Lies, and Reality Talks. Today, it's all about friend zone situationships, sexationships, whatever you call it, the unhealthy relationships, and why you may find yourself diving into those than really getting into a healthy space. Situationships, friend zoning, sexationship, they all happen when we're in that unhealthy relationship with ourselves, and we get into those places because we need to gain an awareness of those areas that we need to work on in our own lives, then get into spaces where we don't belong. If you find yourself in a situationship or a sexationship or a friend zone, it's because there are areas you need to gain a conscious awareness from, tap into to develop your strengths and find yourself and begin to love yourself more and become more compassionate to yourself. And the more you gain an awareness, it's not always about the other person and what they did to you. The more you gain an awareness, the more you see how you're self-sabotaging, the better you become at doing the work of healing in your own space and also committing to yourself and establishing life and relationship goals that can help you move forward. Most of the time when we find ourselves going into the unhealthy spaces is because we're not aware of who we truly are created to be and become. And we're also not allowing ourselves to process our emotions. Remember, I'm saying we because I used to be there, and sometimes it's good to always include myself so that it's not like I'm projecting on you guys. And so when you take the time to sit down and evaluate your emotions, because you're running, what happens is when you get to a space where you feel the neediness to find a partner, the neediness to be with someone, it's your nervous system communicating to you that there's something not right that you need to work on, and you need to actually sit with your emotions, calm yourself down, explore the emotion, explore your life, self-discover, and gain the knowledge and wisdom that you need to move into a better space, first with yourself, before trying to involve somebody else. It's also part of you not knowing your core values. It's part of you not knowing who you are. It's part of you not loving yourself enough and feeling like you will be abandoned or rejected, which is based on fear and sometimes laced with the ego. And so gaining those conscious awakening moments really help us come back home to ourselves. And then you're able to say, I played a part in this, because a relationship is about two people, two-way street. What you give is what you receive. What you present is what they give back to you. What you make them see about yourself is what they present back to you when they come into your space. And sometimes if you're presenting the pain and trauma bonding or trauma dumping or emotional dumping, then if they're not in a healthy, if such partners are not in a healthy state, they also do the same back to you, and the emotional dump back to you with the pain and leave you in a more painful state. And so you find out that situationships, sexationship, friend zoning is all about emotional dumping and trauma bonding than anything else. And so as you start to do the work in your life, whenever you feel needy or lonely, those are the moments that you need to connect with yourself. I've written this in my book, Beyond the Pain and on Becoming Restored. And you go back home to yourself and say, let me sit with myself. Journal. What are you discovering as you're journaling about yourself? What words come up, and how do you play your emotions around those words? What words trigger, or what words bring glimmers to you that make you just want to go and find somebody to solve the problem than you sitting down and evaluating the problem? And the more you start to sit with yourself, the more you start to gain insight into how you're self-sabotaging, the more you're able to speak the truth to yourself, the more you're able to commit to doing the work. Because if you keep running, then you're running away from yourself. You're running into other people that are bringing you the awareness and asking you to return back home to yourself and self-examine and self-explore and self-discover so that you can be in a better place with yourself. Those relationships are supposed to awaken you. That's why you have to understand that the relationship with yourself is the most important one. The relationship with God comes first. For those of you who may not believe, I believe the relationship with God comes first, because that's what brings us the conscious awakening moments. And then you start to work on the relationship with yourself. And once you know yourself, you're able to set healthy boundaries. You're able to evaluate people that you bring into your life based on your goals and your core values and your requirements, and you're able to be in a healthy space, because in those moments you're able to guard your heart and protect yourself. Love always protects. If you remember that, that's a way for you to really tap back in and say, do I love myself if I'm not protecting myself? Do I trust myself if I'm giving myself in a place where trust is broken, or I'm not getting better and I'm getting bitter daily? When you love yourself, you're in a better place, you're in a healthier mindset, and you're able to evaluate your thoughts and your emotions and tame them, not let them tame you. That's all I have for today. Remember to never stop loving while living. When you stop loving, you stop living. And once you start loving, it starts with you. The love you have is what you can give. You can't give what you don't have. You can't love anyone from a place of pain, including yourself. I read that in my book, Beyond the Pain. So get to a space where you're loving yourself. Get professional help if you need to, and start to move into a better space where you're becoming healthy first with yourself, so that you can guard your heart, you can evaluate the people that you're bringing in, because you are indeed the CEO of your life, and what you give out is what you receive back. So make sure that you're not self-sabotaging, but you're evolving daily and thriving while you're still breathing and living. Until next time, you take good care. God bless. Bye-bye.